going to be making vegetarian tofu burgers. Okay, I'm going to put the onions and the garlic, the rest of the onions in there and the garlic in the blender. I'm going to blend this up and we're going to start our tofu process. I'll blend that up and I'll come right back to show you what the next step will be. Okay, now we've gotten our tofu drained and we're going to put it in here, and we've gotten our onions and garlic. We have the onion and garlic blended up. We blended it up with just a little bit of oil, and we're going to mix this in here. Okay. And we're going to put about a tablespoon of our Himalayan salt, a teaspoon rather of pepper, a half a teaspoon of our basil that we picked and dehydrated the other day, and half a teaspoon of parsley, and a half a teaspoon of our onion chives and garlic chives. So we'll put that all in there, and when we come back we'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so now we're going to mix these ingredients. It's a little loosey and just a little bit, so you can either add flour to this, any kind of flour you want, but we'll use a gluten-free flour for our personal needs and wants. You can use potato flour or potato flakes, which is mashed potatoes in a box. You can use that, or you can use, we use the brown rice flour. You can use that. You can also make a meatloaf out of this if you'd like. We'll do that late. We'll discuss that later. But like I said, you can put any kind of flour you want in it. But we're trying to stick with gluten-free, but it's still very nutritious because it's the brown rice flour, or we're just using the potato. We'll probably use the potato flakes today. You can also put an egg in it if you want to. We're not going to use an egg today. We're going to stick with basically a vegan recipe, but you can put an egg in it. You can make a meatloaf out of it. They also have egg substitutes that are meatless if you'd like to, but today we're just going to stick with, we're going to put the potato flakes in it, and then to thicken it up to make the patties out of them, and when we come back we'll show you how we do that. But we're just going to thicken it up, and then we're going to make the burgers, so stand by. Okay, I got the mixture already now. I got my burgers already. I put potato flakes in it today, and I'm gonna cut on my skillet. I put a little oil in it already. This is a electric skillet, but it's a ceramic lining, so it's BPA free. The thing about electric skillets that I want you guys to know is that I like to use about 300 to 350, no higher than that when I cook. And just take your time. Don't be, if you're in a rush, you don't make this because you don't want your skillet to burn. You don't want it to get too hot. And just take your time. It's going to take a few minutes. I think about 5 to 7 minutes on each side. So we turn the skillet on. We're going to let it get hot. I got it on 325. So every skillet is different, so you're going to have to know the temperature of the skillet, but don't go all the way up high whatever you do, to me, on electric skillet. I think you'll burn it out. I think it's a good way of, keep spending money to buy one. But I'd like to keep my skillet in between 300 and 350. Right around 325 will work best for me. Okay, so I'm gonna start putting the burgers in here. Okay, I got one made up already. And this is a non-stick skillet, but it's, like I said, it's made with porcelain. So it's BPA free. guaranteed not to stick for 2 years. If you handle it right. So we're going to put those in there. And I'm going to cook them for about 8 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes on each side once I get them in there, because I put raw onions and garlic in here. And I want it to cook through. Now, I know you guys are probably saying I should have had these already made out, but that's normally how you would do it. You would make them out and then put them all in the skillet at the same time. But it's only taking a few seconds to make these out. I only need about 4 more. So, and like I said, I use 4 cloves of garlic and 1 whole onion. You can use any size onion you want. I used a medium onion because I wanted it to have a lot of flavor. And I love red onions. And I did use the onion chives and the garlic chives that I had picked and dehydrated earlier in the week. So, this is another way to make a nutritious meal out of tofu. A lot of people don't know how to cook the tofu, and this is a magnificent burger. I recently made a burger for one of my meat eating friends, and it was made with the Italian sausage that you get from the store, but it's meatless, a meatless Italian sausage. It's very good. It has very low sodium and a very little fat, but it has a lot of protein in it. And to my surprise, this meat eater really enjoyed it, and now he wants to taste one of the tofu burgers. So when we come back, we're gonna put this on 7 minutes, and then we're gonna flip them over. So we'll come back in about 15 minutes and show you what the final burgers look like. So stand by. Okay, it's time to take the burgers out. They're done. I'm gonna cut it off, and voila, they're done. Now we're gonna plate these. I have a plate right here with some homemade potatoes. I'll show you how to make those on our next episode. And I got like cream cheese and a piece of sliced cheddar cheese, and I have mayonnaise and another slice, a half of the cheese on the other side of a half a tortilla. And when we come back, when we come back later, well, on our next episode, we'll show you how to make some other fantastic dishes. But until then, this is No Face Meals, and have a great day. See you next time. Bye bye.